In this group of videos, we're going to talk about UiPath collections. And the first collection type we're going to talk about is arrays. An array is a data type or variable that can hold a group of variables of the same type. I have a new project open here that I'm calling UiPath 14 Collections Arrays Part 1. And there's nothing in here yet. I'm going down to the Data Manager, and in Variables, I'm going to add in a new array variable that I will call ARR_fruits. And I will select the data type of array of T, and T is for type. When I click that, UiPath is asking us what type of array is this going to be. Clicking the drop down, we see a lot of options here, including an array of an array, and we'll look at that in a future video. For this video, we're just going to make this an array of string. And I'll click OK. And we see under the data type is string with some brackets showing us that this is a string array. And we'll leave the scope as main. I said earlier that an array is a variable that can hold a group of variables. So I'm going to assign a group of string variables to our new ARR_fruits variable array. And I'm going to paste that into our default value here. And with that done, we just created the array ARR_fruits with the array string values of oranges, grapes, apples, and pears. We can see the string values of the array by adding a for each to our workflow. Inside of the in, I'll put in our array ARR_fruits. And then for each of our fruits, I'm going to want to log message. And to see what our message will be, I'm going back to the for each. And we see that the item name is current text. So I'll change this to be current text. And instead of current text, let's change this to current fruit. We'll give this a log level of info. And I'll change the log message name to be log current fruit. And I'll change the for each current fruit to be log contents of array fruits with for each. I'll run this. And we see the for each logs out every string variable in the array ARR_fruits. We also see that the array holds the data in the order it was added to the array, meaning oranges is in the first position, grapes is in the second position, and so on. And as we discussed in an earlier video, UiPath is zero-based, meaning the first position of the array is position 0, and the second position, position 1, third position, position 2, and it goes on from there. So now I want to log out the first or 0 position of our array. Before I do that, I'm going to add a log message and just log out a blank line with a double quotes with some space in there. And we'll change this message to log blank line. Now I'll add another log message, and I'll paste in the message ARR_fruits sub-0 equals, and then I'll add the ARR_fruits sub-0 variable. And I'll make the log level info and change the activity name to be log ARR_fruits sub-0. I'm going to copy this and paste it down, and then just change the 0 to be 1 in all 3 places. That's looking good. Let's also copy this blank line. Put that at the bottom. I'll change the activity name to be log blank line 2. And we're good to go. I'll run this. And it logs out just what we'd expect to see. First, we see the for each showing the contents of the array. And then array fruits in the first position, which is 0, is oranges. And array fruits position 1 is grapes. So it's working out just the way we want it to. But now, instead of grapes, I want position 2 to print out raspberries. To do that, I'm going to add an assign, and the set value is going to be raspberries. And what I'm going to set that to will be array underscore fruits sub 1, or position 2. Now, with our array updated, I want to print out the entire array again, but this time I'm going to use a while loop. And for the while loop, I'm going to need an integer. We'll call this integer CTR for integer counter, and I'll make this an integer with a scope of main. And I'm going to set the default value to 0. And then in the while condition, I'm going to say while integer counter is less than the number in the array, which will be array fruits dot count. So as long as the integer counter, which is 0 now, is less than the array counter, we want to log out the array. So I'll add in a log message. And in the message, I'm going to open the expression editor and paste in. I'm going to log out ARR underscore fruits left parenthesis plus the integer counter to string, then the right parenthesis, space equals, and then we're logging out the value of the array fruits for that integer counter. I'll save that, give it a log level of info. We'll change the title of this to be log array fruits sub int counter. Let's also update the name of the while to be show contents of the array fruits using while. We also want to add an assign inside our while to increment our counter. Int CTR equals int CTR plus 1. Update the title of this to be increment int CTR, and I'll check the rest. We need to update our raspberries assign. I'll make this assign raspberries to ARR fruits sub 1. So we can minimize these now and see exactly what our program is doing. We're going to log the contents of our array fruits with a for each. Then we got a blank line. We're going to log the fruits sub 0, log the fruits sub 1. We have another blank line. We're going to assign raspberries to position fruits sub 1, and then show the contents of the array fruits using a while. Let's run this and make sure it works okay. And looking in the results, it looks like everything worked just as expected. The first two we've already looked at, and then the bottom one shows the array results of fruit sub 0 is oranges, fruits sub 1 is raspberries. That's the update. And then we have apples in fruit sub 2 and pears in fruits sub 3. In the next video, we will continue looking at arrays for UiPath.